Yo, how are we, my man?
Yeah, I'm not bad, my man. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Right, episode one of the Physique Files. Right, this is feels weird. I'm currently at Pure Gym at the moment. You probably won't see it, but it's a blurry background. But I'm so worried that someone's just gonna come in through the door in a minute and just interrupt and just scream, because it's quite common in Pure Gym that one of us would just come in the staff would go, "Ooh." Do you know what I mean?
What is Matt gonna like burst to the door and like make some strange noises? Yeah.
To my that it's not Matt. Or it could be anyone. I do it all the time. It's quite quiet. Only at Pure Gym. But you doing all right, my man? How's everything going?
Yeah, not bad. Trained today, which was fun. My shoulders feel absolutely battered from yesterday, so that was fun doing pull. Tried the new chest machine at TPC, the Nautilus Nitro, which is very nice, I
Really
must say.
good.
Um, so yeah, man, all's good.
So that
Yeah,
machine
I do
any
like
good?
it. It's it's different
Yeah.
to what we've already got. I prefer it than the other seated one we've got because I think I'm not a huge fan of that one. I prefer it than
Mm.
that one. The sort of profile on it's a little bit different, but yeah, I quite like it.
Do you think it's because it's to do with the grip as well? Because I quite like the plated chest press one, because it's quite nice grip, because then I can actually squeeze it. Whereas the incline chest press, I've struggled to get a grip because it's just so thick.
Yeah, well, I don't like the other sort of incline one, the one off to the furthest left, but
Yeah.
I like the top of that lying incline, and then I think this new one, yeah, I've got it in. It's quite nice. Yeah, TPC equipment doesn't miss.
Right.
Obviously, there was the new Cybex leg press, which does slap. So yeah, man.
I was so jealous. I can't believe I quit my membership there. I actually miss it. I did my first arm session. I did JM Smith machine press, and the Smith machine hit Pure Gym. Don't get me wrong, you can still do your workout anywhere, but it's just not the same. It feels so weird.
Nah,
I miss
nah,
it. I don't like it.
TPC says. I mean, even today, like Reese was saying to me, somebody left some plates on the machine. He was like, "Dan, was that you?" I was like, "No, no, it can never be." He was like, "Yeah, to be fair, that's too much weight for you." I'm like, "Wow, okay, cheers, Reese. That's what I need." And then to be fair, I got a
We
couple of
need that
plates there, but
kind of
that's
energy. Need
yeah,
that
we,
kind
we
of
need just
energy.
Reese completely and utterly dissing you before set. So
That's
yeah, man,
that's what
it's
you
it's all
want.
good.
Quality, my man, quality. Right. So tell us a little bit about yourself, because again, anyone that's listening to this is the first episode, and not a lot of people know this. But tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, what do you do? What are you
So
up to?
I am Daniel Atkinson, also known as Dan Trains, also known as the Squares guy, which I'm sure we'll get into a little bit later. Yeah, I'm going into third year at uni up in Manchester, based near Loughborough down here. And yeah, I've been lifting for 5, 6 years now, I think. Started how we all did, having absolutely no idea how to train. Actually looked at one of my first training plans I had the other day, and I looked through it all and I realized I didn't know what a tricep was because it was not featured anywhere within the plan. So that probably says just about how far we've come. And yeah, no, it's been a good journey. Obviously, we're here today, sort of sitting here all this time on, and yeah, sort of slowly but surely fell in love with training and fell in love with the gym.
Quality, my man, quality. To be fair, what got you started for training? Because what I noticed is, I remember, whether I saw it on social media or whether you told me, you got into training. You were like 57 kilos or something like that. Like, what got you in the
50,
first place?
yeah.
58.
So I was literally 50 on the dot. I think I was so skinny. And there's photos of it out there. Like I was like arms were like a twig. It was mad. So I don't really know. Like I sort of started after lockdown going to the gym for like cardio purposes and stuff, and then over time I must have just started doing like some dumbbells at the end of the session, and then slowly that matured into actually properly training. So to be honest, I don't really. It wasn't ever that I looked at myself and went, "Oh my god, I'm so skinny. I need to put some mass on." It was never really like that until 2 or 3. Well, yeah, probably a year and a half to 2 years in. It was just sort of enjoying it, realizing that I enjoyed training, and then I actually went, "Oh, you know what? Let's actually try do something with this and not look like I've just been born." So yeah, we made some progress, and I'm sitting here today a little bit fatter at about 80. Did got a little bit fatter around 80. So yeah, man, all Yeah, all fun, but yeah, definitely come a long way in those, what, 6 years or so.
Yeah, you did well. Like when because you pretty much, again, correct me if I'm wrong. Before like I started coaching you built all the way up to, was it 80s, low 80s, and then you did your first
Yeah, I was
cut
low 80s, yeah.
essentially, low 80s, and then we got you down to 67 kilos or something like that, 66, 67.
Was it even, maybe even 65, I think.
You got down to 60. I thought it was like
I think
low 66, low
I'll
67s.
find out. I'll find out now. But yeah, I swear we ended up touching like 65 near the end throughout
Mm.
those like carb depletion days when I was eating next to no food. And my diet was avocado, and literally all I ate in a day was Cocoa Pops, whey, one meal, and then avocado, eggs, salmon, and chicken.
You know what?
They were fun. So thanks for that.
Do you know what? Hats off though, because you did stick to it. Like you always prepared. Oh, someone's calling me. You always like prepared yourself for it. Like
Yeah.
would give you enough time and give you, right, here's your cut down, breakdown, blah blah blah. We can make it change throughout the day. But you always used to be like, right, Rich, I've sorted it out. Here's it is. Avocado, this bit of eggs, getting the protein in. You always used to be well laid out and you used to get right to the T. So hats off to you. I bet those last couple of days of carb
Yeah.
loading for those
It
photos
was
were insane.
it was they were, and it was so weird. Like, I remember obviously sending you voice notes throughout, saying at the start, and I remember there was one I said at the start, like, I'm not hungry, Rich, genuinely, like, I'm
Yeah,
not really hungry anyway. Here's all the things I want to eat, and here's all the things I'm constantly thinking about wanting to eat, and then you just
yeah.
go back and you're like, yeah, Dan, I think you might be hungry. No, I'm more than happy finishing training, eating avocado and eggs, and then salmon and avocado, and then
What a
chicken and
life.
avocado. That's absolutely fine. But I would really like to eat, 3 kilos of chocolate if possible.
Who didn't? Oh, to be fair, you did have like a few things like for after, wasn't it? Yeah.
A
What was it?
few.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying not to bait you out here, right? I'm trying to be nice and just say a few things, all right? You had some hot cross buns. What else did you have? What else
Mhm.
did you have? Like post, like after taking all those photos, what did you have?
Cheesecakes, chocolate, Easter eggs. What else do I have? Cinnamon buns. The little bakery was raided a few times.
Just a few
Yeah,
times.
yeah. We had some fun. We had some fun.
Oh, quality. What was it? Post show, I just remember like I don't know. I knew a few people told me like after your show, don't go all out. Like have a full meal because again, your body's not used to a lot of volume. Like go something like thing, but like still enjoy it. So I remember getting these. What's it called? It was a company called Dough Girls, and they did like these big like cookie slices, cookies and filled cookies and things like that. And I asked my missus, I was like, 'cause she makes the most phenomenal cookies ever. I said, "Oh, I'll beg you, just make me some like white chocolate, milk chocolate cookies." And she even put dark chocolate in it. And I remember just like I after the show, I remember opening up the box and I was like, "Yeah, those cookies are so on it." I'll tell you now, best thing I had after was those cookies. I ended up having, doesn't sound like a lot. I had two cookies, and in the car I had my first monster because I took out like any carbonations,
Mhm.
things that were going to make me bloated for a couple of weeks. Had my first monster, which was warm because it was in my bag, and then I think we had a fish and chips, and then I had some more cookies later that night and things like that. Oh, it's phenomenal,
But
phenomenal.
see, I didn't really have it because obviously I'd carb loaded for like 3 days and was eating a good amount of food during those carb loads. I remember you going like, "No, you're still flat," and this is after what, sort of 3.4, 3.6K calories on that second and third day. So
Mm.
like I wasn't too bad. Like, I was actually going into it going, "Ah, you know what? Now I'm actually reasonably full." Still did murder 2 cheesecakes in 3 days. So yeah, it was good.
But it's crazy to think it like that because even when I was carb loading, we got up to because my coach we did like little high days towards the back end because we were like, yeah, we're on track, we're looking a bit flat, right? Trying a high day. We tried 500, 550, and we were like, yeah, first day 600 grams carbs. I was like, yeah, enjoying life. I think that's because again with work and things like that, I'm walking around left, right, centre. But I was like plain rice cakes, jam and honey, like six of each meal kind of thing. I was still so hungry. I was like, I can't want to eat. I can't. I couldn't stop. I think. it literally, it was a weird feeling. And even after the show, like a couple of days after, I could eat, but my stomach couldn't handle it in terms of a way like I'd feel really bloated. Not like upset stomach or anything, but I just felt bloated. I felt like I could still eat, but like my stomach couldn't handle it physically. Just such a weird feeling. But
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get as lean as that, obviously. I got to a level that, sort of 15 kilos, seeing my abs for the first time, which obviously I didn't have when I was at 50 kilos, which was mad, sort of seeing them, 15, 16 kilos heavier. So I didn't get as lean as that, so I could still stomach a good amount of food. But even still, I was like, wow, I'm three-quarters of the way through a cheesecake and I'm full. I thought I'd be able to easily manage this. And then I left it out and finished the rest. So yeah, they were some really good days. And obviously I couldn't tell you anything about it because you were still prepping and you had said to me, Dan, if you say anything to this, I will block you and never speak to you again. Which would have been completely fair because I was living the time of my life. So yeah, it was good fun.
But to be fair, what was that? I remember because you said you had like a little stash. I was there like, oh, just send. I don't know what it is. People when they do preps or they're in a cut phase, they can't walk down aisles like the sweet aisles because they'll get temptations. That whole phase, I remember like if my missus was working working on a Sunday, I'd be like, right, go for a little walk. Right, we're gonna see what's in Tesco's, see down each aisle. I want a bit of that. Oh, that looks good. I wouldn't buy anything. I'd just literally walk. I'd be like, I would finish PT. I'd have my lunch, have a little bit of a break, do a bit of work. On my break, I'd literally go to Tesco's, which is down the road, and just look down the aisles. And I know it sounds
See,
bad, but it gave me it was weird. It gave me motivation.
I did that, but I brought the stuff, just managed to not eat it. So we had like a cupboard at the top of the stairs. So like I had a massive duffel bag in there, and I just put the stuff in there. And I'm like, I'm not allowed to go in that cupboard. That cupboard is like
Yes.
outer limits. Not allowed to go in there. So I would buy it. I would do the same because it's a good way to get steps in. Just walking around Sainsbury's, walking around Tesco. It's so easy, especially like when it's raining and stuff. And literally, I'd just like buy loads of stuff, put it
Yeah.
in there, and yeah, there were some good dreams. Some of those
Oh,
nights
it's
thinking about
crazy, my man. Crazy. But to be fair, I wouldn't. I know I wouldn't buy it because I knew if I had a lot of things, I got to go through a lot of things. So I remember what was
it.
it? It was Easter. It was like the 3rd of April, and it wasn't even Easter. It was like 3rd of April, and I said to the missus, we were working at a Starbucks in Sainsbury's. I was like, right after this, we're gonna go and get an Easter egg. And I remember buying my Easter eggs, and I literally whacked it on the top shelf. So I bought an Easter egg. It was half milk, half white chocolate dairy. I bought cream egg, and I bought like a chocolate version of a cream egg, and like Maltesers
Mm.
and mini eggs. So I love. I think for me, Christmas, Easter chocolate is just the best, man. It's honestly quality. But
I
yeah,
mean, my loving of cream eggs. That's nothing new. I'm gonna search up cream egg in our chat now and just see how many results it comes up with. Like I can scroll for a good way, seeing an awful lot of the times I mentioned cream eggs.
I remember. I
But,
remember you going on and on and on about cream eggs. Literally, you used to
yeah,
walk. You used to
yeah.
walk to the shops to get literally just to get cream egg, walk back and have the cream egg. I remember those nights, and it used to be late
I
at night
did
as
do
well.
that a couple of times. Yeah, yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
It's quite, yeah, no. Do you miss being lean? Like as lean as where you
Yeah,
got to? Yeah.
yeah, and like I do because I think not physically, but I think the mental process of doing it was a lot of fun actually, and like sort of mentally being able to sit there and be like, oh, this is this is hard. I'm really pushing myself here, but achieving it, I really really enjoyed, and it sort of really gave me a fresh outlook on bodybuilding as a whole, and sort of made me think like, oh, actually, this is something I want to continue to pursue. I want to, go into a proper surplus now, and I've obviously had a bit of fun over some mini cut and then a proper surplus for a good amount of time, so that I can properly grow and then cut again and repeat and repeat and repeat, because I really did enjoy it. And I think the mental clarity of it and constantly feeling like you've achieved something and knowing you've got something to strive for was a lot of fun up until right at the end when it
Yeah,
was
the carb
4 days
depletion and
straight
then
of 4 days straight of getting up, eating the only carbs I'd be allowed, going to the gym, and then just sort of lying in bed and trying. Literally, I'd be downloading like really like random games on my phone, like anything, just to be like, right, I can waste like 4 hours doing this and just not think about it. The most addictive, stupid games on planet Earth, I just download them and then play them for ages and then be like, right, I've wasted 3 hours there and not thought about it. Great, now I can eat. This is good. And I'd go down and eat, and I'd have an avocado and 100 grams of salmon, and it would be like, yay, that's fun.
I don't know if you ever did this, but when I was like getting into prep, I used to have timings or when I'd eat just because it used to be easier. So I used to be like, right, I'm not having breakfast till 9 o'clock. I'm going to try and push it off. Now, a lot of people think 9 o'clock's not that thing, but I used to be up 6 o'clock most days. I'm not saying every day because some days I had lazy days, but I used to be up at 6. I'd be like, right, push breakfast till 9 after my clients. Um, and then I'll have like lunch at 2, dinner at 5, and then I used to go home, have my cream of rice at like 7:30, and that's it. I remember I used to always finish with cream of rice because it would also help me sleep and like sleep quality and things like that. But
Yes.
oh, mate, I don't know if you ever did that, did you?
No, not really. Like I was never that set with meal timings because different days would mean different things for me with uni and stuff. So not like my breakfasts were normally quite early. Like especially on days out of uni, I'd be eating breakfast like 7 o'clock in the morning.
Fairs.
It would just be, I mean, it would literally be Cocoa Pops and whey for pretty much the entire cut, and I haven't had it since, to be honest, because I just can't think of having it because I know I'd eat it now and go, this is rank. Like
What,
it's just
Cocoa
it.
Pops?
No, Cocoa Pops just with like chocolate whey powder with water, like
Okay,
hot,
yeah.
like a whey drip over it. It was just I was just eating it, like this is slop. I guarantee I'd eat it now and be like, how did I like look? How the carbs? It's like I get to wake up and I get to eat that. This is going to be so much fun. And now I'm like, did I really enjoy that? But I very much did. It was great.
Worth it. I used to love breakfast in the
So
morning. I
yeah.
used to, waking up and being like, overnight Weetabix. Never got bored of it. I remember Mrs. showing me it. Oh mate, I've been having it ever since. Different protein flavors. Used to That's the thing I used to do in prep. I used to get loads of like the Perform protein powders, like sachets, and I used to be like, right, this day I'm trying this day I'm trying this. And they had that new selection of like Colin the Caterpillar, the raspberry white chocolate matcha or something like that, and the toast, French toast. The French toast one was really good.
You,
Oh,
when bodybuilders like bodybuilders better than I'm much better than me, better than you as well, say, oh, you shouldn't be food focused. You
all
shouldn't be
right.
food
Yeah,
focused
I'm
in
sorry.
in
I'm a
fat
big
loss.
I'm a big foodie, and my missus knows
It's all
that.
we would speak about. We'd just go back and forth about food.
I love it. I love it. I literally get home now. Just food. Like my missus just looks at me like I'm there like having a couple of hobnobs after my cream of rice, enjoying life. Can't complain. Can't complain. But yeah, no man, it's quality. What are your current plans like now with training? Like what are your plans? Because you're at home from uni, aren't you, at the moment?
Yeah, so I've got up until sort of start of September back at home. So literally the next sort of 3 weeks, 3, 4 weeks, it is just enjoying training. Because I'm not particularly tracking. I haven't been for a decent bit now because I did say like I'm gonna finish the cut and I am gonna then enjoy it and then get back up to uni when I can properly track everything. There won't be home cooked meals or anything like that. I can properly be focusing on stuff straight into a 4 to 6 week mini cut. I want to sort of see how the body weight's moving, how I'm looking throughout that, compare them to before, see what muscle I actually managed to put on through this gaining phase this summer, assess that, and then sort of somewhere between weeks 4 and 6, I imagine it'll be near the 6. I'll then go, right, I've dropped a good bit because they'll be easily I mean when we did it this time, sort of 4 or 5 kilos came off in water weight more or less immediately. I'm expecting that to happen again, so hopefully I should be sort of low 70s, 72, 73, and then I can properly gain from there, go into a proper structured bulk over Christmas, and get reasonably fat. That's the
Oh,
plan.
you want to get fat?
I think I will be reasonably fat. Yeah, I don't want to be fat, but I think I will be reasonably fat, which is fine.
Hmm.
As long as it's not going to be a fat as in oh, I'm cramming donuts down me. It's going to be properly measured. It's going to be jams. It's going to be honey. I'm going to be getting the carbs and things like that. I'm very much going to be focused on it. If I'm increasing calories, I'm basically just increasing carbs.
Yeah.
Focus, make sure it's all going into the training, and then yeah, sort of March time, potentially then look, right, time to probably cut again now. I'll probably be pretty chunky, cut down and hopefully see the abs better than they were this time.
That's it. That's it. But no,
I'm
it all
not doing no
sounds.
high rocks like you are.
No, oh, no, that's a, I don't know what it is because I got I think it was that British finals show, which is September, October time, if I'm correct, I might be wrong. But a lot of people were like, because they were like, oh, he's definitely got the bug, he's going to be doing it. Like, he's got first or second. But it's weird to compute, and I don't know how to explain it to someone. I think I even told you, I always went in with the intention of being like, right, I'm only doing one show whether I come first, last, well, hopefully not last, first, second, third, fifth, last,
Yeah.
I'm not going in to do it again. And I think at the moment where it stands is, boy, I enjoy the process of bodybuilding, but I don't enjoy those last couple of weeks. It was fucking horrible. Like, yes, my calories were, I think the lowest it went down to was 2,150, 2,300, which is still quite high, but my expenditure throughout the day was always like 18,000 steps. I'd be doing step classes at the gym. I remember my last step class the week of my show on Monday. I couldn't even finish the class, a 45-minute class, 'cause my legs I was fucking dragging my legs in
Yeah.
that class. So I think for me, it was always just to tick it off. It's fucking incredible to say, yeah, I got a gold and a silver in the juniors, gold in the
That's my man.
novice. So no complaints, but I've always also wanted to do a high rocks. At the moment, I must say the running element is fun. The stations are a killer. I did a
Hybrid.
session today. Part of it was 100 wall balls. For some odd reason, Richie goes, "Yeah, yeah, I've got 9 kilos." Yeah, no. Oh my God, my shoulders were fried. It were fried. Oh God, couldn't do it. I was
Yeah,
mad. Well, I did it,
I
but
said to you, I said to you, I think give it 3 years, 3 or 4 years. I think you'll want to compete again, and that's not me. That's not me asking for you to comment on it. I think that's where you'll be. I think give it a bit of time, you'll get the itch back, and you'll want to see how much improvements have I made during this period of time. You
hmm,
were never gonna go again in a couple of months. I think we all knew that because you wanted to eat a good
enjoy.
bit of food and be able to visit Tesco's and buy stuff in Tesco's that
Pick a
obviously I've
mix.
never been
Come
able to
on.
feel.
No, we can say it. Pick a mix. I had pick a mix.
Can
It
we
was
can
to
we put the
watch Toy
photo on
Story
screen here?
5.
Can
Own
we
it.
put the photo on screen here? Yeah.
Like a teenage mutant ninja turtle with that bag. It was all full
Post
as well.
post Nando's, this guy goes, can I just go to Tesco? I need to get a pick and mix, because that's the normal thing you do 2 weeks, 3 weeks after a show.
No,
Um,
no, yeah, it was 3 or 4 weeks after the show. Because
yeah.
it was the back end of July, wasn't it?
So yeah. He was always going to do that, never going to compete. But I thought, yeah, give it a bit of time. I think you'll do your high boxes, you'll get that out the way, and then you might potentially be like, oh, should I do a half marathon here? I like my running. Should I try and do that? You see, you're saying that, but
I
you
don't
will
know.
need a new goal. So it'll either be a half marathon or it will be let's start looking at another bodybuilding show.
Another
It'll be
side
one of the
quest to
two.
tick off. Ah, I don't
It'll be
know.
one of the two, and it will be.
What happens if it's an Iron Man?
Yeah,
No,
but
it
you're
wouldn't.
looking
It
aside, you're
wouldn't do
never
it.
going to do an Ironman.
It wouldn't even be the cycling. The thing is, yes, I used to love swim, but it's swimming outdoors I couldn't do. I hate it
And
with like jellyfish and shit like that.
you're not going to
No,
be a powerlifter either. Like we're
no,
not going to subject.
powerlifter. I don't. I used to love it, but no, it's not my cup of tea. Bodybuilding still has part of my heart. Like I still
Mm.
love the aspect of training close to failure, if not failure. But the like, I can't see myself doing a show, or at the moment, I think it's because of the last 5 weeks. Not that it was hard; it was I stuck to it. I complained a lot, but I still got the job done. I still did the posing. I think as well
Mm.
why I don't want to do it is because one, I think I always used to look at myself and be like, I'm not lean, I'm not lean enough, I'm not lean enough, I need to get leaner, I need to get leaner. When I look back at the photos, I'm there like, no, I don't need to be leaner. I'm actually all right. But the second thing was I was always don't know how to describe it. It was I never had that positive reinforcement on myself, like me being to me. I'd always look at my pose and be like, why isn't this going well? Why isn't this going well? Yet I was posing with Matthew from Natural Physiques, and he's helped me come a long way. Like honestly, insane. I couldn't be here without him as well. The posing was awful, but I still looked at myself and been like, no, this is not good. I can't get my right quad engaged compared to my left one. My right one would never just switch on. I was like just doing everything, like with my
Mhm.
foot, my positioning. I just couldn't switch it on. I just used to play with my head constantly, like even before going to bed or waking up. It's just loads of things that you had to do and implement. It's a lot. It's bodybuilding's not easy. It's a lot that goes into it. It's a lot.
Absolutely. But it's fun and it's challenging, and that's why we love it.
I think in the future, if I was to do it, it would no, not that if I was to do it. If I was to do anything, it'd be like bulking and cutting and just getting lean, but not that lean. I reckon.
We'll see. We'll see. It's only,
We'll throw it back.
it's only been a couple of months. Give it 2 years. You'll go, oh, I'm quite
No,
tempted
I'm
to
not gonna have the itch. I'm not gonna have the itch. The itch is far gone.
clip this up in like a couple of years' time. Yeah, this is going to be like, I had the itch again. Oh no.
No. I can't see that. I can't see that. Anyways, right. So we're gonna finish up because we've got what 10 minutes left. Because this is what happens when you don't have Zoom Premium. Which, if this goes well, I might have to. If this podcast goes well and people actually enjoy listening to me waffle, then
Just
I
do two
will.
meetings. Just do two meetings. Clip them together.
Yeah, could do. Mm, this
See how
can't be
many
asked.
questions we've got.
Right. We've got a few, and then I'm going to ask one at the end to finish it off and finish it
There
off
we
there.
go.
Um, some are quite similar, some have kind of talked a little bit, but you can briefly go upon that. Your top five fitness creators, who are they?
Richard Farthing PT.
Come on, come on.
Get out now. Top
As
five
it
fitness
should.
creators. Top five fitness creators. Let's think. So C-Bump. I think everyone's gonna, I think the mentality there more than the physical side of things nowadays is just so impressive. And obviously what he did on an Olympia stage is just so incredible. Oh, top five. You pushed me there. Let's think.
Got to be Ronnie Coleman
Um,
in there. Ronnie? Big
yeah,
Ronnie?
I think it's got to be Ronnie. I do love Ronnie, but this is the thing. Like we've missed his prime, obviously, when it comes to content. Obviously, what he achieved in the sport as one of the best bodybuilders, absolutely. So I probably will put him in there because what he simply achieved was incredible. At which point, I think Arnold's got to go in as well because again, what he did achieve was just incredible. In terms of specific creators, I think somebody like Will Tennyson obviously creates excellent YouTube content. Um, let's have a think. What's his name? Can't think. Jeff Nippard. I think if we're
I
wanting a little
love Jeff.
bit,
You got to know
little bit.
me. Me and my coach, we love Jeff Nippard and Mike as well from the RP Hypertrophy app because it's all science based. Now, again,
Yeah.
this is all controversy. Again, some people believe in science based lifting, some people won't. Again, everyone's got their own cup of tea. But if I was coaching someone in a muscle growth phase and things like that, I'd push more for the scientific thing because it's works for me. It's worked for
Mm.
past clients and things like that. But don't get me wrong, there is a time where as long as you're pushing to failure or close to failure and pushing with intent and lifting some heavy shit, that also helps as well. Do you know, that's my
Yeah.
opinion. Everyone's gonna have a different opinion, different voice,
I
but
think I think Jeff's great. I think
mm,
Jeff's great. And then I've really throughout the cut, I really got into podcasts like gym related podcasts. So once you're in, that's not just because I go to Reese's and Finn's gym, but once you're in was a common listen. Really started enjoying Radio Rig, which is Jack Eagles' podcast, and what's the other one I was listening to consistently? Board Shorts and Banter with Josh Croggan and Tom Stockton. Thought that was really good as well. Really started enjoying listening to stuff like that. So there's a selection you can
you've
pick
just
from
listed
that.
more than five. You got to pick five. You can't
Right,
pick six
we'll,
or
we'll go
seven
the,
or eight.
we'll go the three podcasts: C-Bum and Jeff Nippard. There we go.
Nice quality. I don't have many. I would definitely go Ronnie Coleman, Jeff Nippard, Mike. I can't pronounce his surname. It's my dyslexia kicking in. Mike is Israelton or something like that.
It's
Oh,
something like that, yeah.
yeah. That's pretty much it, really. Because I don't know much about this, so
Daniel
that's
Trains
that.
and Richard Farthing PT. There's your five.
Yeah, come on, no bosh. So, talk through the cut. How did Rich help you?
So obviously I came in sort of 80 kilos or so, a little bit heavier. And we were speaking sort of a couple of weeks before and at the gym sort of saying, look, this is what I sort of want to achieve with it. And you said, look, let's give it a try. Let's see what we can achieve here. So we went through it. We started on what, 2,500 calories and 10,000 steps a day, which seems like an awful lot compared to what we finished on, which must have been 1.8, 1.9 thousand calories and like 18,000 steps and
Mm.
cardio. And yeah, you really did kill me. So thanks for that. But no, it was a lot of fun. And I think sort of, the way that you just took the thinking out of it, which is why I would sort of say to anybody who is going through a fat loss phase, get either a coach or get at least somebody to help you through it. Because it means you're not in your head going, am I losing fat too quickly? Am I losing fat too slowly? How much is the scale mattering here? You just sort of went, look, no, you're on track, or we need to do things to help here, especially during like the carb depletion. I was going like, is this where it's supposed to be? You were like, yeah, we're flat. And that was about, I think it was about the third day. You were like, yeah, perfect, we're flat now. And the carb load, it took sort of until sort of the third day where it was like, no, you're still quite flat here. We need to boost it. Whereas if that would have been me, I would have been going, oh, maybe I do look all right, maybe I need less. You don't know. So it just takes the thinking out. And I think that's the most helpful part.
You're going to scare people. You just said that I boosted your steps up to 18,000, which I did, but we
You
did
you
agree
did.
that we wanted to keep the calories as high as we can for as long as we can and get the body moving. And you could easily get that, well, not easily, but you could get those 18,000. You weren't complaining. You got the job done. So hats off. Right,
I don't know
next.
about not complaining.
No, a little bit towards the back end, but that's quite common when it comes towards the back end. That's probably, yeah, it's a sign, I think complaining at the end is a sign of that you're losing the fat. Anyways,
Absolutely.
right, next question, because we've got 7 minutes. Oh shit.
Mhm.
Um, Biggest struggle in the cup.
I would say it was could be cravings.
Yeah.
I was massive for cravings. We know that. The voice notes are proof of that. It it probably is more cravings than actual hunger, because I think the actual hunger I was okay on because I was busy enough that I didn't really ever go like, I'm really hungry here. I really need to eat. I think it was more just I wanted foods that I enjoyed a lot more than like, healthy foods. Because after that point, I do normally really enjoy eating healthily. But after that point, you do just want a nice fat pizza. So yeah, I would say it was more the cravings than anything, and potentially just keeping training where I wanted it. Like I wanted to train hard, but towards the end, especially when it was like, no, actually, don't train hard here. I want 3 reps in reserve. I want 4 reps in reserve. It was like, this is really boring. I don't want to be training with like 3 or 4 reps in reserve. Like it is really, really boring. So I would say it's either the cravings or having to do reps in reserve, because that was just boring.
I don't know. With me, this is where everyone's different. With me, it wasn't craving. Like I couldn't care that I wasn't having chocolate or things. Because I think I still had a bit of dark chocolate in my diet, which was fine, but it was more quantity. I was like, oh, I was constantly thinking about food, going to bed hungry, waking up hungry. Literally finish a meal and I'd be thinking about the next meal. I'd be like, what, what's going on? What's going on? Crazy. Um, what is your future goals?
I haven't really said it online. I think, look, it's very much dependent on the next 18 to 24 months. I'm 20 years old, right? So if I wanted to step on a stage, I've probably got 3 years to do it. That's not me saying I want to. I'm saying that depends on the next 18 to 24 months and how they plan out. No. You're
Let me
not doing
get
what
my
journalists
big
would do.
wooden spoon out and stir that pot.
Um, if the next 18 to 24 months go absolutely perfectly and I look at it and go, actually, you know what, I could do it, then yeah. There's still a chance I'd step on, 24, 25, but I just don't. I would want to do a first time junior show if I were to do one. So that would be the summer of 2029. Let's see. I'm not saying I will. If anything, I'm probably 85% I won't, but there's like 15% there, and I'm like, oh, it'll be quite fun.
So never say never. All
I'm not
right.
commenting.
Next question, because I'm going to ask one final question before this finishes. All right. Apologies for his name, because I'm not going to be able to say it. How cool is I? Dr. Dootson coaching or Isaac coaching.
Dear God, Dukes. Dukes is oh, dear God. Yeah, great coaching. However, I'm probably only allowed to endorse one PT on this
Yeah,
podcast.
as you should.
You probably don't want to read out the name. If you're based massively up north, then maybe give Dukes a call. Otherwise, sorry, mate, I've got to say Rich.
Yeah.
In terms of blokes, Dukes is top. And if you scroll back far enough on the account, you can probably see the gayest ever session that was recorded.
You're putting him in the loop there. You're putting him in the spot.
In which a glute spread may or may not have been done. So you'll have to scroll back on the account to find out.
Do you know what? I've had a few conversations with him briefly in the past, but he's honestly a lovely lad. Like,
He is.
good chats with him, good chats. Right, final question. Right, it's 2-1. You've got to answer this quickly. No time to think. Right. Favorite square bars is one of the questions someone's asked. And how many square bars can you eat in one go? I know we were supposed to do this something like this, but we'll sort something out like that in the future.
We will do that one day. Favorite squares bar is either chocolate orange or the mini eggs. I'm gonna say mini eggs just because I was having them during the cut when I couldn't eat as many of them as I wanted.
Yeah,
and I can't easily come on. How many can I eat
in one go? Sitting down, one go.
I really want to use the copper answer, which is just going to be more than you, which we will find out one day.
We'll do another podcast. It'll be about 6 hours long because we'll be like, no, we've got to squeeze one more in. We'll do one more podcast in the future before you go up.
12.
And then you reckon you could have 12? I was going to say something like I could have like 16 to 18.
Nah, you think about it, like 16 to 18 squares bars. Think about
each one of them is
25 carbs. 18, you're pushing like nearly, you're on like 450 carb in a meal. You really think I don't think you can push that much.
But just think about how much I like move around left, right, centre as well. That's the thing.
In one go. You're not moving around doing it.
Piece of cake. I'll do it for breakfast. Like big breakfast big meal for breakfast. Can't even speak.
We'll see. I will say 12, and it will be more than you.
No, we're gonna do this. We'll get another podcast. If people want it, we'll do it. People actually want us to do it one day, we'll do it. Fuck it, I'll do it. But yeah, no, mate. Pleasure having you on the podcast for the first episode.
Nice to be the debutant.
No, honestly, it's a pleasure. I'm going to throw out something for free. So those that want to join my free school community, I have a 7-day body fat burner blueprint, which essentially is going to help improve your steps habits throughout the week. So it will slowly increase your steps. You get to compete with others. There's a leaderboard challenge as well. You can enter whenever, and you have access to the leaderboard afterwards. Again, that is not going to help you lose fat in the 7 days, but it's going to help you build a better step routine that's going to help you lose the first 10 pounds of fat. All right. So if you're interested and want access to it, again, I don't know how this works, especially with Spotify, but look in the description somewhere. There'll be a link to join for free. Click school classrooms and go through there. Other than that, do you have anything to say to the world, Daniel?
To the world, dearie me.
Come on, this has got to pop off. It's got to get like 1 million views in a minute.
Do I have anything to say to the world? Join Rich's coaching, and dearie me, what do I want to say to the world?
Quick, there's like less than 30 seconds. What was it?
Stop training like a pussy.
Couldn't relate. Anyways, pleasure having you on board, and we should catch you in next week's episode. Take it easy.
Cheers, Rich. Thank you.